You are now tuned into LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Welcome, coming to you live from the studios of LA Talk Live in sunny Los Angeles, California. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more, and I'm your host, Alayna. We're here to talk about beauty and more in all its expressions every Wednesday at noon Pacific time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Love, I found it. Ended up with my heart and soul. About time that you know. If you just believe and see like I see, you'll know that the world is yours.
Oh, your skin looks great.
Thank you.
What's your secret?
Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence.
Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence?
Yes, it's a beauty secret used since the time of the Greeks and Romans. The spa in Malibu told me about frankincense and myrrh by Ancient Essence, and now my skin is lovely.
Well, your skin looks great.
Call Ancient Essence at 1-800-627-9813. Discover the secret of beautiful skin. Call 1-800-627-9813. Discover the secret. Frankincense and myrrh oil by Ancient Essence. Discover the secret of beautiful skin. Available at fine spas and beauty centers.
Now tuned into LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Welcome. This is such an exciting show, and actually I have Ness, who is actually producing the show today, and he's much faster than Richard. So my signals are a little goofy here. I'm not quite used to it yet. He goes, on 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. So we're starting out laughing here a little bit. Anyway, I do have a really inspiring, important show today. It's all about fitness, nutrition, weight loss. I mean, sitting next to me is a really inspirational story. I actually learned more in just the last half hour that he's been here than even when I went to your Facebook page or your Twitter page. Yeah, he's got an amazing story, and sitting next to him, actually, she's now become a pretty good friend. She's so beautiful, and she recently just modeled my beauty magnets. They will be up, but she's also a fitness expert. She specializes actually in nutrition. Isn't that one of your big specialties? Mm-hmm. And she trains, it's not body physique.
Yeah, all kinds of. I competed in women's figure myself, and then I also work with other competitors, just like Tim does as well.
Okay, sit up straight. You're a trainer.
I'm trying.
He had a hard workout, so he's
and he drove very far to
I have no excuses.
And you drove very far to come on the show. So welcome. This is Tim Roberts, and he's got a very inspirational story. And he's actually a very good friend of color. Some of the guests that I've had on the show over the last couple of months, a lot of them have come through references from Carla, and they have been some of the most amazing guests. So I thank you so much for referring them.
No, thank you, Alayna.
Thank you, Carla.
Yeah. All right, Tim, you got enough coffee in you?
Probably not. Probably not. I can never have enough.
Tiny cups here on LA Talk Live today.
Yeah, I know. It's okay. I'm sipping on it.
All right, let's get serious now. I want to tell your story in your own words, how you got. I mean, coming from being a used car salesman to one of the top fitness trainers in the Los Angeles area, losing over 60 pounds. Mm-hmm. And anything, I mean, just fill in the blanks.
Okay. Well, in 2008, I was actually, like you said, I wasn't necessarily just a used car salesman. I worked at a really nice dealership, number one in Buena Park. I'm not going to say any names, but it was definitely one of those things where I had thought that I was on the right track. And over a period of 2 years, selling cars is really grueling, and it's not the most active lifestyle. It's pretty sedentary. You're up and you're sitting and you're maybe walking around the dealership just for a few minutes to help the customer find the car. But for me, I thought that's what I wanted to do. Unfortunately, the habits that you produce while doing that type of job are terrible. My basic diet plan was, anywhere from 3 to 5 rock stars a day, followed by,
Rockstar candy?
No, the energy drink.
Oh,
the energy drink.
well, energy.
Yeah, I should have said Red Bull. That's more popular.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, got it. I've never had one, so I don't associate with that.
It's okay. But I mean, the general prowess is that you're trying to stay up. You're trying to see the customer come in. You're trying to get that car, and it's a very aggressive lifestyle. It's not, very, very catering. It's not very fulfilling. I'm not trying to diss anybody out there who does do the car sales thing. I think that there are a lot of legitimate companies and dealerships that are doing it right. But for me, I think that the main thing is I didn't necessarily feel like I was in the right position or the right job. So after 2 years, unfortunately, of trying to do my best and trying to figure out what I was, here to do, I ended up being 70 pounds overweight. And I was at the river with a bunch of my buddies, as we typically were during Cinco de Mayo. And it was super discouraging, just kind of feeling not healthy, not feeling like, okay, I'm 22 years old and I'm basically in the worst shape of my life. I'm not at all by any means good looking. Like, I was a good looking guy, of course, handsome, but that's what my dad always told me. He's like, God, you're handsome. Don't worry about the body. But, you have these mental thoughts and mental images of what you want to look like. And when you're not accomplishing that, when you don't look like that, it's depressing and it gets to you after a little bit. So what I did was I kind of made a small promise to myself that when I got back, I would start engaging in more fitness oriented things. And remember, I was a used car salesman. I had no idea what to do. I just knew that going to the gym, not eating anything close to what I was eating, and trying to get some type of active cardio style in range.
I have a question. When you were like in high school, or did you go to college then?
Yeah, no, actually I went to college for 2 years for management and just basically trying to learn how to run a business. I had no idea that.
Were you active? I mean, did you play sports in high school? Or
yeah, I mean, I was an active kid. I wasn't one of those basic, football, baseball. I really didn't do that. I did junior year football, but I was more musically inclined. I was reading and writing music when I was in 7th grade, so
that was like I wanted to see if you kind of had a sedentary life, or you had always.
I mean, I think as a kid, and I'm sure Carla can agree with me, is that you can eat anything you want. Your day consists of eating Capri Suns and jelly beans all day. You're having a great time.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. You're not really thinking about, oh, this is gonna make my butt big, or oh, this is gonna make my abs go away. So for the purpose of that, I was just being a kid, and I was super thin. I was probably maybe 135 pounds, same height, about 5'8", so a very lanky, very thin kid.
So you started gaining the weight when?
I started gaining the weight after I had started selling cars. So
it came on very quickly.
Well, I mean, 2 years isn't very quick, but
it is pretty quick. I mean, it's quick.
It was quick enough for me to notice at about 180 pounds. And I was like, I felt different. I felt different. And I was like, oh my God, I'm heavier than I was. And I was actually in France with my dad. And my dad was like, I was telling him, hey, I just don't feel that great anymore. I don't feel so peppy. I've always been a very enthusiastic person. I've always been extremely lively, and that was kind of going away. And I think it was because of my health. It wasn't even necessarily a mental thing. So unfortunately, I gained another almost 35 pounds before I really did anything about it.
So you were up over 200 pounds then.
Yeah, I was about 215 at max. And that's
how tall are you?
I'm 5'8", so I'm not like a tall guy.
So you were heavy.
Yeah.
Did you carry it mostly in your tummy?
No. I mean, I don't know if I was lucky or not, but I did carry it a little bit more evenly. I mean, everything from my fingertips to my earlobes were fat. I mean, it was just ridiculous. So, I mean, it did kind of evenly disperse. It didn't make me look obese, but people don't understand. 30 pounds is overweight. Okay, 60 pounds is that you're getting close to being obese. Okay, 100 pounds is clinically obese, and when you get
is that where it goes?
Yeah,
from?
and
Okay.
people don't understand that when you're doing this weight loss things, you got to take your time. Your body's got a lot of calibration to do, especially if you've lived years and years of bad lifestyle. I know Carla preps people just like I do. We can take a look at people and literally in our heads self-consciously think, okay, a year, okay, 6 months, okay, this. So when we're getting people ready to prep, we can explain to them, okay, these are the types of changes that your body's going to have to go through. And a lot of them happen 90% of the time inside first, because your body has to get healthy on the inside before it even shows on the outside.
Yeah.
Okay, Carla, what is healthy on the inside? Let's get you on the mic.
Well, I think that being healthy on the inside is it involves everything from whether it's your mental state of mind, your spirituality, having a good balance with that, being happy with yourself, and also what you put into your body. A lot of people focus strictly on the physical only, and they get frustrated by, okay, it's taken me so long to, how come I've been dieting for this long and I haven't lost that much, et cetera, et cetera. And I tell people a lot of the time, even with my new clients that begin, one of the big things I want to do is to kind of ease their body into things and also to cleanse it. That's a big thing, is when your body's been used to taking in a lot of really bad foods or really unhealthy things, you do get a lot of toxic buildup inside of you. So it takes some time, just like Tim said, for the body to kind of readjust and to become used to what's going on. It's not uncommon. I've even heard people who say consume a lot of fast food or a lot of refined sugars when they first start dieting. They go, well, I thought I'm supposed to feel better. How come I feel worse? But that's natural, just like anything else. You go through this detox, and during that period of time, while your body is coming off of the sugar, which literally is like a drug and a lot of people don't realize.
Absolutely.
It's just like if you come off caffeine, or if somebody were coming off of any kind of substance, you're going to feel horrible at first before you feel better. But I think that it's important that, health and fitness, and it incorporates everything. It has to do with your state of mind, your mental balance, and just keeping that spirituality and keeping that connection to both yourself, your motivation, and also what you put into it. It's all connected.
And it's a lifestyle. You can't just, okay, I'm going to change for a week and then go back.
Yes.
It's totally a lifestyle.
To your old habits.
It's totally a lifestyle.
People have a hard time realizing that this is a lifestyle change. They want instant results.
Yep.
Yes.
And that's the trend. The trend is minute to win it. It's just, let's make this happen right now. And there's a lot of companies that are kind of promoting, 90 days and you're going to look ridiculous and this and that. And absolutely. If you do 90 days of anything consistently, you're probably going to look a lot better. But to think to yourself, okay, I've been doing what I've been doing for about 12 years, and now I'm going to do 90 days of I'm not going to say any names, but of a specific certain type of routine, and then expect to be ripped. Honestly,
no, you can't take a pill and keep up with your same lifestyle.
There's nothing. There's nothing.
There just
in
is
the
not
entire
a miracle
planet.
pill.
There's nothing. And what it is. And the only reason it is because your body's the most adaptive planet adaptive organism on the planet. So anything you take that's the same, your body adapts to it. It maximizes on its potential to make it easier for you, and then it's done deal. My dad always asked me, "Oh, Tim, does that thing work? The ab ripper, or does this, the calf popper or the butt bigger or whatever, whatever it is, does it work?"
No, I know.
And I told him, I said, it probably, what? I will give them credit. It probably does all work, but it only all works for a certain amount of time. And then your body does its job. It adapts to it and it makes it easy. And it's your job, to adapt to something different, to make sure that you're avoiding plateau and that you're constantly progressing. That's all it is. That's all it is. People start with really hard exercises, and it's discouraging because reality of it is they haven't built up enough strength endurance to do those yet.
I know,
they haven't
that's how I train.
Technically, they haven't earned it. You know what I mean? Here's a good example. You always talk about the Olympics. There are Olympic standards for lifting. And if people think about that and you go to attempt that, more than half, there's no way you're going to even come close.
Yeah.
It's the training, it's the consistency, it's the focus. And
And it's a heartbreak of
Yeah.
losing, that makes you come back even stronger.
it is. It really is.
We're taking a break.
Okay.
There's our music. Oh my God, we're just getting into it, so we can't lose our train of thought.
Stay pumped, everybody.
Yeah, stay pumped. That's a good way. We're going to take a short break. Carla, Tim, and I will be back. We're going to continue this conversation. We're going to get you so motivated to get up, get off that couch, or even if you're at work, to get up and take a walk. Just to get outside, get moving if you haven't done that in a really long time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is Alina's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Do you suffer from degenerative diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, fibroid tumors, high cholesterol, genital herpes, or a plethora of other diseases that rob you of a quality life? If so, then visit the website of herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra at dhealthstore.com and open the door to natural healing at an affordable price. dhealthstore.com has over 1,800 products created by herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra, specifically designed to help you heal the natural and safe way. At dhealthstore.com, you'll find everything from herbal formulas and cleanses, such as Tahuti's famous Full Body Detox, as well as herbal teas, extracts, natural body butters, lotions, creams, children's products, hair care products, and of course, sexual enhancement products for both men and women. So visit the website of Tahuti Ma'atra, dhealthstore.com, or call toll free at 1-888-823-9416. dhealthstore.com.
Y'all ready for this?
Hi, I'm Jerry Bell of the Daz Band and New Birth.
And I'm Brahima Arsalan.
Inviting you to join us every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time for Jerry Bell's R&B Soul Classics, baby.
Join us as we play some of the greatest hits of soul and R&B and listen in to interesting discussions with the legends of the music.
So don't you forget, join us on the Jerry Bell's R&B Soul Classics. You'll love it. Exclusively on latalklive.com.
You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio.
Or watch us and listen directly at latalklive.com, baby.
Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure.
This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk, baby. We're music.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
See, the thing about you that caught my eye is the same thing that makes me change my mind. Kinda hard to explain, but girl, I'll try. You need to sit down, this may take a while. See, this girl, she sorta looks just like you. She even smiles just the way you do. So innocent she seemed, but I was fooled. I'm reminded when I look at you, but you remind me of a girl that I once knew. See your face whenever I look at you. Won't believe it, baby. She put me through.
Welcome back to Elena's Beauty Talk and more. I'm here with Tim, with Carla, fitness experts. We're just jabbering away, trying to get out all this great information to you, I was just talking during the break, is how Tim and Carla met. That's kind of a really interesting story. Do you want to just talk about that a little bit, and then we'll just figure out where we're going from
Yeah,
there.
no, absolutely. I mean, Carla, as well as I do, we compete in the National Physique Committee. It's an organization that provides people with shows that kind of give them a really good outlet for their prep and for their, a lot of people choose shows to push their body to the next limit. And I think for me and Carla, we've kind of taken it to the next level and really made it into more or less of a Carla and Tim empire, where when you do a show, regardless if you win or lose, because we are who we are, it really intrigues people to do it in general, to be fit and to see that we continually stay on point like that. So I really met her from competing. I'm sure, I can't recall exactly, but I'm sure she's probably presented me with an award before. That's mainly what she does besides compete. And then just, it is a small world. A lot of the same people that are successful, that are really respectful in the industry, we find them out and we know them. So just because of that fact and our good nature, we tend to know a lot of the same people.
Okay, it's really funny because when you say compete, people always think of bodybuilding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, oh,
well, yeah, I mean,
do you compete? I asked you that question. You looked at me like I was nuts.
well, it's because you said bodybuilding.
Yeah,
and
that's how we know, because that's
I
what
know.
they show on TV, or because I work out at Gold's Gym. I'm used to bodybuilding.
Yeah.
I never really knew that there were other aspects that people compete in.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, there are a lot of different divisions that compete. I mean, I encourage everybody who's really, trying to get themselves to the next level, trying to expose themselves because they have a good maybe fitness company and they're trying to get some free promotion. It's a really great outlet. I mean, there's so many different divisions for men, this new men's physique, it's so marketable and it's such an achievable physique. A lot of people are one of the main reasons why it came out is because they wanted the audience to have a body that they look like they could probably get. And no offense towards bodybuilders, but they know as well as I do, it takes a lot of work to get like that. So it's discouraging for people in the crowd to, okay, I'm 110 pounds and I'm going to work out hard and be, 250 pounds and be on stage and compete like that. So it kind of gives people a more positive outlet to say, okay, that's something I could probably get within, the summertime or the year or a year or two. So it's really fun. And I know for Carla, being able to represent who she does, I mean, to me, figure and bikini are both one of my favorite.
Okay.
No, go
ahead. How do people get involved? Is there a website?
Yeah, absolutely. I would highly recommend that everybody, at least on the West Coast side of it, please visit musclecontest.com.
Okay, say that again.
It's www.musclecontest.com. It's a great site that helps provide everybody with kind of registration, show times, who's affiliated, what are the pros, what's it like, and a lot of pictures that kind of show people what they should look like, how to get ready for this stuff.
Absolutely.
So, and I would encourage anyone to type in, any of the shows that they hear about or they see on bodybuilding.com, look at YouTube videos of people competing, it's really a good outlet and it gives you a good idea. Also attending a show, seeing what it's all about. I know Carla loves bringing a lot of her friends that are new in the fitness industry, maybe possibly clients, that she wants to kind of encourage them. And by taking them to a show and explaining the whole process, it's a really good kind of push and makes them want to do it. And
now there's different ages that you compete in, right? And different.
There is. It's not really age based.
It's not age based. Okay.
No. I mean, unless you're doing masters or there's a new teen physique, there's really no age range, and that's what's actually kind of cool. You'll see people that are anywhere from 30 to 55, maybe even 60, that look great. I mean, they look absolutely stunning. So.
It's true. Like I had a client last year and he's actually getting ready for Masters Nationals this year. And, he's one of my favorite clients because, this guy is, he has a very high position in an extremely busy company, but he's always finds a way. He contacted me. I met him actually at the Ironman Naturally. Tim and I actually saw Tim at that show, the one in 2012, I believe it was. Yeah. And, my client, I saw him backstage and I saw this guy freaking out. And, we got to talk and I helped him out a bit because he didn't have any coach he was working with. And at the time when Steve competed, he was, he's 46 years old. And he was like, well, I'm just going to only enter into Masters. And I said, I go, look, your physique looks amazing. why don't you just go ahead and try the open as well? You may as well go for it. And he's like, oh, but the guys in that are like half my age, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, but you need to not think that. You need to destroy that barrier or that, limited sense of thinking, because your physique and the way that you look is comparable. You can keep up with those guys, no problem. And, even at 46 years old, out of a class of like 30 guys of his height, he still came in 4th place, which is an amazing accomplishment. And for him, it was a huge thing for his self-esteem. And, that's what I like about this is, yes, of course, like with all those things, stage presence and everything is important and the whole package is important, but it's not like just because you're somebody who could compete in Masters, there's not going to be discrimination against you in the open division. And the fitness community, like Tim said, is what I love about it the most is it really is like a family. Everybody is, you would think that since we're competing against each other, there'd be animosity or there might be aggressiveness, but
not even close.
Not even close.
It's so fun.
Yeah,
That's the
everybody's
thing.
like a cheerleader for each other. And it's nice because when you go through the most challenging times of your diet and your training and you get everybody
I've
hits
seen
that
you
point.
I've seen you when you've been training. You get crazy.
Low carb limbo.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
exactly. But it helps because, for us to be able to go online, to go to our Instagrams, go to our Facebook or whatever, and you can even be honest and post, hey, my diet is just killing me. You're going to have a lot of people that understand what you're going through, that are going to respond. And it gives you that support and that push to really continue moving forward.
And you won what year number?
My first year competing was in 2011, and I came in first place in figure class B and won the overall at my first show. Then continued on to another show in New Orleans and won over there, and then again in Sacramento. So
You had a big year.
yes, it was a very good year.
You worked hard.
Yeah, and so in 2012, I took a little bit of time off and stuff, let my shoulder recover, had a rotator cuff injury. But it just so happened as well that at that time, my online training for clients internationally, as well as starting to prep competitors, became very busy. And at that time, I felt, okay, I'd like to compete this year. But last year, it was kind of one of those things that I knew I need to focus my energy towards my clients, just because I know that when I compete, I get very serious, and I didn't want to take away from them until I learned how to kind of establish the balance.
So are you going back into competing?
Yeah, probably towards the end of this year, a little closer towards the summertime.
She better, because she's amazing.
I miss the stage. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I
Yeah,
can
you
tell.
love being in front of that camera. You're so good at it.
And I miss what's funny is I actually miss the training and the dieting, like seeing your body change week to week. And every time you compete, all my clients and everybody I know who does it says the same thing. Even though it's a similar process, you learn so much about yourself when you're doing it. You become so much tougher and mentally able to handle all kinds of situations just from competing alone. The discipline that takes, that carries on to all other aspects of life, whether it's work, handling emotional stress in relationships, whatever it is. There's a lot of tools that it gives you.
Absolutely. Yeah, the discipline's a huge thing. That's one thing.
And you won when?
I
Or still are winning.
you know what?
Still
I love winning. I have a show coming up on March 23rd at the Edgewater Casino up in Vancouver, Canada. It's an international show, so it's a little bit larger than what I'm used to. So, but what's cool is I get to compete in what's called the muscle model division, and it basically just allows me to expose more of my legs.
Yeah, that's what I love. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
They wear these hot little shorts. Like,
well, and you know what? I'm not, nothing against the men's physique division in the MPC. I mean, this is just a show. It's not an actual another sanctioned organization. It's just a show. But for me to be able to show off my hard work, I mean, I work very hard, and I know a lot of the men's physique competitors that are in the larger divisions within men's physique. They always tell me, they say, Tim, it's so cool to see men's physique competitors that have great legs. And I do. I mean, I try to avoid the stigma of.
But did you have, you have to be born with certain legs of shape. It's hard to.
Not even close.
Really?
Not even
no,
close.
no,
No way.
See,
No
I've
way.
always heard that.
No,
not even
I mean,
close.
if you're, I mean, unless we're talking about, like I was telling you earlier, you have genetic predispositions. Yeah, maybe you're an endo or an ecto or a meso, but bottom line, if you put your mind to it, I mean, a good example, I have more women come up to me and tell me about my legs. How do I get my legs to look like that? I'm a guy, and women are coming up to me and asking me, how do I get my legs to look like yours? And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, that was pretty cool, but you also have to do this and this and that. Yeah. So it's really, it has nothing to do with, oh, my legs are tiny, oh, my legs are big. One of my teammates on my Farmer Freak sponsor, his name's Ance Bales, and he's a insulin, he actually depends on insulin to make sure that he doesn't become in a diabetic shock. He uses it while he trains, and he started out so small, and now he's winning in the UK BFF, and he's becoming Mr. World. He's a professional in over there for bodybuilding, and it's all because he just didn't stop. It's the same thing for me. It's, if I would have stopped after 300 days, I would have never lost my weight. If I would have stopped after 600 days, I would have never become Bodies by Tim. And if it's 1,000 days later, I'm 5-time top 5 NPC champion. I've been in 8 different magazines. I own 3 different companies. I mean, who knows in another 300 days what's going to happen, So just
me, it's been 30 years of doing it.
See,
almost
you're a
every
great example.
day. Yeah.
See?
I don't promote it that much because it's not it is the last few years I've considered myself a walking coach. So I do have a couple clients that if I didn't show up, they wouldn't do anything. But
there's a lot of people that you would be so surprised who look up to you. And I hear a lot of the fitness professionals and a lot of pros talking to me about, how do I get a bigger following? How do I get, more people to be into what I do? And I said, there really isn't anything you can do. Just be yourself. And you know what? The formula for success is basically just do what you do, and people are either going to like it or they're not going to like it.
And do it from your heart.
Absolutely. Because if you're doing it any other way, that's not right. And it's not working.
And you can't scream at people.
No.
I mean, I watch the
unless you're Jillian, then it looks cool.
Yeah, she's the only
she can
one
get away with it.
Yeah, she can.
But if I did that to somebody, I don't want to make somebody cry.
No. And
that's not what fitness, they have to do it to get people motivated for the show and part of the Hollywood scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I see it a little bit in our gym. And my dog, because Carl works out there once in a while.
I see it occasionally,
but not to that extent.
Yeah, those are people too, I think, who prefer or ask their trainers for that kind of
absolutely. I was just gonna say
that type of motivation.
Yep.
Like even myself, I mean, I'm funny in that I kind of like to be, because I'm a very dominant woman, and so
wow. Let me scoot over a little bit.
I'm like, and so my coaches, I tell them like, yeah, you can be, a little stricter, kind of scare me a little because for myself that works. But I have a lot of clients that, of course, I take a much gentler approach with. It's just you have to know how to motivate each individual because, for some people it is very scary when people are first getting into fitness. It is very intimidating for people who have never worked out and who see themselves of having this long way to go. And I think, it really actually makes me sad when I see trainers that, are kind of newer that really take those clients a little too far. You shouldn't be having people do things that are they can't even do the proper form for. Start with the basics and let them learn their form.
That's how I was trained because I was trained at the Y.
Mm-hmm.
So and that was before, back in the late middle 80s, 85, 86. That was before any of this was even, all there was like adult fitness classes. Even in a high impact aerobics was just coming in. They're just, there really wasn't anything.
No. And you know what? That's exactly
Dance
right.
classes.
I had an opportunity to talk with one of the legends of bodybuilding, Tom Platz, and he's known primarily for his leg definition and his work with that. The guy is amazing, but what he was telling me primarily was that, when he was training with everyone back in the day at the Mecca in Venice, that there wasn't a book that said, okay, this is your leg workout.
There wasn't anything.
There was nothing. And he said commonly we were the ones that wrote the books.
Yeah,
we're the ones that set the standard.
That's all that there was. There was either heavy weightlifting or adult fitness, and and dance classes.
See, an
and
adult
swimming.
fitness to me, that just sounds so vague. That could be like anything.
It was
adult
just a-
fitness. I'm just thinking of
it was-
older people moving around.
That's what it
basically.
was.
All I see are I see baby weights and bands. And
Oh, little
and
baby weights.
like the little 1.5.
The little
you
big
know
ones.
what? When the pink weights came in, we didn't even have bands or small weights like that.
Oh,
They
wow.
weren't even around. It was walking for a half hour, running for a half hour, and then the old, sit-ups, push-ups, jumping jacks, the Jacqueline. The Jacqueline stretches.
Yeah, but he really helped kind
yeah.
of bring the forefront of there is a lot that you
I
can
was just
do.
watching some of his stuff.
He is
recently.
amazing.
I know. You look at him.
I watch a lot
Oh
of
my
his
God! If I am like 1/10 the health that he is when
I
he
know.
was his age, I actually had an opportunity. I can't recall the restaurant, but there was a restaurant in San Francisco that actually he used to eat out at a lot, and they actually have his salads, the Jacqueline salad, and I got this thing. And I'm telling you, now I know why the guy is so healthy. It had shrimp and avocado and steak and all this stuff. And I'm like, God, not only
if you watch some of his videos,
Yeah.
some of the things that he said to have for lunch, he'd pull out of this really, now
Yeah.
looking at it, this
Yeah.
old black and white, the refrigerator. It's what we're supposed to be eating now that
Yeah.
we really got away from.
Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, you can go to Jacqueline.com and you get inspired by watching some of his old videos. And I haven't looked at it, but he had a really good Facebook page too that they give out, good information on, that they have kept it up.
Absolutely.
But that's what we had. We didn't have any of what you guys have. So people really have a lot less excuses now because fitness is everywhere.
This
you
is no
turn.
excuses fitness. Elaine.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is no excuses fitness. That is life. You want to be healthy, you have to be fit.
Got to do it.
And you have
Exactly.
to do it in a way that's comfortable for you. Right?
Absolutely. If you start now and you stay consistent, when you're 80 years old, you'll be able to do the same exact thing. And that's what it is. Staying safe, staying focused, and having fun.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to continue this conversation. That's our music. Oh, we're 3 minutes early, Ness. Yeah, okay. We're going to Ness. That was just an inside joke. But anyway, this has been very inspiring. During when we met, and last week we did have, really good call-in. So I'm going to put that out because we've got a couple minutes. If people want to call in and ask questions of Carla or Tim, at 1:00 we'll open up our phone line. So let me give you that information, give you the phone number. I don't get too many callers to the show, but we're starting to get a few. So you're more than welcome to call us at 323-247-7443. Or if you're in front of a computer, you can go to latalklive.com. You can see us there. And also the phone number is right on top of the page to call us. And again, that phone number is 323-247-7443. So feel free to call us from 1:00 on. We'll be happy to take your questions. The show goes till 1:30. So you got plenty of time. So think of some questions and give us a call. This is Elena's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Are you ready to enjoy the Maui lifestyle? You can have it all by owning real estate on the Paradise Island of Maui. Dennis Rush, a 22-year Maui resident and real estate broker, brings his wealth of experience and market knowledge to add value to your Maui real estate understanding, providing a level of service as unique and exceptional as the island of Maui itself. The magical island of Maui was voted the most exclusive resort island in the world by Condé Nast Traveler, and keep in mind, Maui is only a simple, nonstop flight away. Hawaii Business Magazine Top 100 Realtors awarded Dennis Rush the 2011 fourth top realtor on the island of Maui. Go to www.dennisrush.com to view all of the amazing properties currently available in the Maui MLS system. Whatever your needs or desires, Dennis Rush will provide a private consultation for any Maui properties your heart desires. You will be in good hands. Once again, go to www.dennisrush.com. That's www.dennisrush.com. Contact Dennis today to start your Maui lifestyle now. Dennis Rush, proud sponsors of the Dawn Christie Show and LA Talk Live.
Hi, this is Starlet Quarles, and I'm inviting you to join us every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. for a new show right here on LA Talk Live, The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People. Join us as we discuss the topics that are relevant to today's generational leaders. So don't forget to tune in to The Dialogue, Real Talk, Real People, every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. right here on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B, Live 365, Radio Flag, and now Stitcher Radio. Or watch and listen directly at latalklive.com. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Hi everyone, Chef Richard Petty here to tell you about LA Talk Live's new cooking show, Let's Do Lunch, with me, your host, Chef Richard Petty. Let's Do Lunch launches Saturday, January 19th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Well, tune in to Let's Do Lunch with me, Chef Richard Petty, Saturdays, 10 to 11 a.m., exclusively on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
Welcome back to Alayna's Beauty Talk and more. It's lunchtime around here.
I know, I'm laughing because every time I've come on here, it'll be time for me to eat or Joe's time to eat or somebody's time. And then we're like shuffling
Counting it down.
Yeah,
during the
Tim
break.
was just doing it. I was just
It's
doing
a love
it.
hate.
I wait till
love-hate.
after the show. But let's talk about that. I mean, because people think, that okay, if I skip breakfast, then I'll just have lunch and dinner, and people don't really know how to space their food out during the day, and that we pack, in the morning before we leave, we pack for the day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we plan our food for the day.
Yeah.
And how many times a day do you have to eat?
Me personally, it just depends on my type of training. If I'm typically eating 5 to 7 good meals a day. I try to explain to people too that, you don't have to be on a prep diet, a prep diet being something that's based on, competition body, styling and stuff like that. You don't have to be on something that extreme. You just have to provide your body with some macros, which are just your carbs, protein, and your fats that help give you what you need so you feel good and you're able to lose a little bit of weight.
Okay, what's your favorite meal that you make?
Oh my God. Is it just like, can it be like, I mean, it's always healthy. My thing
what's your favorite, okay, go through a meal for a day.
Like, well, I mean, in the morning, I honestly love having my eggs. I don't necessarily do the egg whites very often anymore because, to be honest, after research, other than the higher level of cholesterol and sodium, there's really no point. And the egg whites, they taste terrible. So for me, the prep and getting the food down is the most important thing. And then like about 2 weeks out, I'll actually make them the egg whites to help filter it out and make it even cleaner so that I can get that much leaner. But primarily oats and eggs in the morning. I mean, if you guys
okay, when you say oats,
oatmeal,
bran,
I have a sugar-free oats. It's
cereal.
It's just oatmeal. Yeah, it's oatmeal.
So it's hot.
Yeah, and I don't get steel cut. I used to do steel cut, but anything that takes a day to cook just to eat it, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It takes too long. That's too crazy. But I mean, I know it's primarily used a lot because you can cook a lot of it. You can have it ready. It does actually have a really good taste to it without sugar. You don't have to add anything, but it's too much. So oats and eggs definitely in the morning. And actually, they did a study where 65% of people that had eggs in the morning actually lost more weight over the period of a year in their midsection than others. And I think it's because of how clean
and
the
how
protein
do you cook?
is.
And so what do you?
Well,
scrambled, omelet.
You should try to cook your eggs in a method that keeps them very hot. If you can have them like maybe scrambled's okay. I like having my hard-boiled eggs sometimes because they're fresh off the press, they're really hot, stuff like that. You can always have just split an egg open, put it in the pan just like that, flip it over easy. The hotter the temperature of the egg, the more nutrients you're going to get from it. It's really kind of based on your own how you like to cook it. I mean, Carla, when you cook your eggs in the morning, what do you usually?
I just like, because I'm Filipino and I'm not dieting for a show, I admit I eat like whole, I'll throw in like a whole organic, like free range egg in it. Because for myself personally, I love the omega eggs. And being Filipino, we grew up eating the yellows of our eggs.
Yep.
And the way we were raised is a little different in that we eat like, instead of eating, say, small things, a lot of people, nowadays sometimes will just throw in a small bar or something for breakfast. And I grew up on like, rice and meat and eggs for breakfast. And so I tend to eat a kind of hearty breakfast. So I like, I'll have like maybe one whole egg and throw in a couple whites. And then I like them over medium. And then I'll usually have my oatmeal as well with a couple of berries. I love cinnamon. I put a ton of cinnamon.
I love that. That's so weird. I put cinnamon in everything.
Yeah,
cinnamon is a fat burner, everybody.
I put
cinnamon
it in everything, like my cottage cheese, whatever I can put it in, I put it in. That and stevia.
I thought I was nuts. I love cinnamon.
Yeah, I even make like the little egg white, like they're kind of like crepes, but I'll just use egg whites and cinnamon and stevia, and then it makes make them into a flat, like thin little crepe thing, and you can eat those just plain by itself. I take them on the go.
That's something new. I would do that.
And when she's done, she goes, BAM! I can see it.
I fill them with fruit, cottage cheese, and then
and then BAM!
BAM!
All right, so now we got breakfast done. What's your favorite snack?
Snacks are always, I mean, I know it sounds really lame, but for me, any flavor of rice cake, any type of piece of fruit with, a natural nut butter on it, is definitely like
apples and like almond butter.
Yeah, I'm like a huge addict for a piece of fruit and some butter. So any type, almond butter, cashew butter.
I just found fig butter at Trader Joe's.
Wow.
So that's
how did that taste?
Oh, it's amazing.
See, so any type of incorporation of
it's in now at Trader Joe's.
A quick absorbing carb like a fruit, and then your butter, which is simply just healthy fats and protein that's going to provide your body a little bit.
Not margarine. I mean, make sure it's.
Yeah, I mean, you're not.
Say what butter is because people don't understand.
Okay,
we
so
understand because we're in the industry, but we have, over 300,000 people listening. So we got to be clear when we say butter.
Now, when I'm talking about butter, I'm talking about peanut butter or almond butter. Or when you go to your grocery store, if you're looking for a good butter, realistically, what is peanut butter? It's peanuts that have been broken down and ground, and they've been made into a paste and made into a butter. So if the ingredients on your peanut butter are more than peanuts, you're simply not picking a clean enough form, and that's what's really going to hurt you. That's when you're getting into the process.
Read the label, because a lot of them have sugar and palm oil.
Yeah,
because I've been researching it.
And HFCS, high fructose corn syrup, MSG, they are not stupid, guys. They're gonna definitely use some names. Hydrogenated corn oils, polyunsaturated. These things that they kind of use to describe them.
Disodium phosphate.
Yeah, it's so funny. You can see it modified glucose polymers. These words. It's like, guys, we're not. Me and Collar are not dumb, so we're gonna look at it and be like, okay, wrong. But you guys just got to look out for simple things like that. One of the easiest ways is if you're getting peanuts and it doesn't say just peanuts, it's not just peanuts. So that'll be a good indicator.
Okay,
I've
done a lot of research recently, so to make it easier, Laura Scudder's is one of the. I guess I'm pronouncing.
She's a great brand.
She's
a great brand.
It's a little more expensive.
Absolutely.
But it says peanuts.
Yeah. I mean, if you get,
it doesn't have more than 2.
Yeah. I mean, Laura's brand is great. Justin's is great. P28's great. Nuts and More is great. These are some brands that
the Trader Joe's one is okay. If you need
Trader Joe's has always kind of pride themselves on being organic,
and
being
natural.
It is what it is. Yeah, absolutely.
But if you're not near a Trader Joe's, not everybody is. Read the labels, but Laura Scudder's is really Justin's. Try and stay away from anything that has more than 3 ingredients.
Yeah, and that's what they say.
In peanut butter.
Well, and I know Carla knows as well as I do too that in nutrition you learn that most things that are over 5 ingredients, it's processed.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what it is, and I know a lot of people right now are like, "Oh my God," but that's what it is. When you look at celery, what's in celery? Celery is one thing. So when you start adding these things up and there's more than 5 things in one single product, that's processed. And that just means that they've added a lot of different things to it to make it able to stay fresher longer, which in return is not a cool thing. You don't want it to stay. If it's organic, it won't stay fresh very long, but that's okay.
Yeah, you eat it.
If it's peanut butter, me and Carla are going to take care of business.
Yeah.
It'll be gone in about a day.
No, I know.
I had to stop buying it because I was eating it too. I love peanut butter.
Yeah, you do.
My biggest my indulgence that I love when I'm having a craving is Whole Foods has, I love it because they have the machine there and you just see it. It's got the little thing that you twist to the side and it's just almonds.
Oh my God.
And that's it.
Yep.
And it, makes you the fresh almond butter. And they have one there that's made with unsweetened, semi-sweet chips.
Yep.
And so it becomes like a chocolate almond butter.
You can
and
add your own
fresh
chips
foods.
to it.
Yeah, you
I
can add
didn't
to
know
it.
that.
Yeah,
That
it's
was always
awesome.
scary to me.
That's one of the. That's
It
honestly.
does, but it's so amazing.
It
The
is
taste,
really good.
Oh my gosh! I was on almond butter probation. Before my last show, my cousin was my roommate, and he would have to lock all the carbohydrates. I mean, including sweet potatoes, brown rice, didn't matter what it was, and an almond butter into his room at night because I would wake up in the middle of the night and I sleep eat. And so,
oh, you do?
Yeah. So that was my thing is when I was getting in that last 4 weeks.
And that's the thing too is that's funny that she says 4 weeks because that's when I take out all butters too. Any type of almond butter, peanut butter, you got to start cleaning it up.
Yeah.
So
okay, so bars. What are your favorite? Do you eat bars for a snack?
I am a huge kind of anti-bar person.
Okay.
Except
me too. Except for one, and we
we're
both agree.
Can we say it together?
Yes.
Quest bars. We love Quest
swear
bars.
By them.
A huge shout out to Quest bars. They're
love
honestly
them. Great company.
They have 2 different variations. They have one.
Do you have one with you?
Oh yeah, I'll show it.
Yeah, absolutely. I had one, but I ate it already.
It
was
had
awesome.
2, I think he said.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you had a long drive.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I prefer these ones because these are the new ones, and they don't use any sucralose in the new flavors that they've come out with.
Yeah, so it's a more natural sugar, and they have both.
Where did you get those?
I
Do you
get
have to order
mine-
them online?
Yeah, I go to Power Zone carries them. So does a Vitamin Shop now.
Yep.
Okay.
So some of them, I believe GNC is carrying them in certain locations, but also online at is it questnutrition.com, I
I'm
believe
pretty
it is?
sure it's questnutrition.com.
It should say something on the back.
Oh, yeah, it
absolutely.
says so right here, questnutrition.com. And they also are on facebook.com/Quest Nutrition. But I mean, this is the only bar I will allow my nutrition clients to eat.
And
Only one.
the main reason for that is because the ingredients are so high quality and it's so clean. I mean, and it even says on it, there's not really even any active carbs in it.
Yeah.
People don't know that every gram of fiber actually helps, eliminate a gram of carb because of the way that it fluctuates like that. It helps break it down. So say you have a product that has 10 grams of carbs, but it has 5 grams of fiber, you're actually only getting 5 grams of carbs that are activating in your blood, that are actually affecting your glucose sugar.
Yeah.
So that's what's really positive about these is it's so low.
Because continue.
No, I was
going to
say it's nice to be able to have a quick snack like that. I don't do bars when I'm prepping, but when I'm doing bars like on the everyday, I'll definitely have a Quest bar and I'll have a piece of fruit or I'll have something like that. I mean, they've really kind of revolved the whole system of their bars to athletes that can't have crap. They can't, I always hear, oh, why wait? It's because the stuff that I'm about to eat right now is crap. That's why I wait. So, even though Snickers is trying to push why wait, grab it, you have the discipline, wait, grab a Quest bar instead, and that's what's really going to help you eliminate a lot of the extra sugar. I mean, that's the biggest thing is sugar. I mean,
it kills you.
It is. And you know what? And I hate to say it, but cancer loves sugar. It loves high acidity bodies. It loves people that throw a lot of processed stuff around. It loves stress. So eliminate these things, as much as you can. You're really going to be a lot healthier and better off.
Okay, now dinner.
Oh my gosh. Dinner, I mean, for me, I know a lot of people always say like, oh, don't eat before bed, don't eat a big dinner, but I am an ectomorph and that means that I burn a lot of calories daily. I stay very lean constantly without me even doing anything. So most of the time, my largest meal is actually before I go to bed, and that's to help prevent the catabolism of my muscle while I sleep. People don't know that for 8 hours, your body's anabolic, but after that, it starts getting catabolic, and that's why you hear a lot of bodybuilders waking up at 3 and 4 in the morning to have their first meal because they're actually trying to stop that process from happening.
Yeah, everybody's body's different, and that's the thing. That's what I like about the way that Tim works with his clients. It's similar in the way that I do that. We take the time to understand how somebody's body works specifically because everyone is very, very different. I myself am similar. Like I like to carry a little more muscle than some women do, like I've had big legs since I was young because I started.
You look so good though, girl.
Yes, you do.
Good girl.
I come from a Filipino family and a lot of in part Chinese. So the women are very tiny in my family. They're very small, very, very petite physiques but I've been an athlete since I was a child and I like that look. So I come in and I've got legs about 3 times the size as them. But and I work hard and I have to feed that muscle. And that's the thing that people don't understand. Like to some people it might seem absurd, but every day I wake up around 4 a.m., and then I go back to sleep, but I go ahead and I eat something, whether it's like some cottage cheese or a shake or something. I have to because I wake up with ravenous hunger and I go back to sleep. But that's just how my body works is it needs to be fed continuously throughout the day. But it's what are you putting in it? Of course I treat myself because I'm not competing, but the bulk of what I'm eating still is always going to be clean. And that's how people go, oh, well, you ate this, or I saw a picture of this on your Instagram. I go, yeah, but you have to understand that's a very tiny percentage in comparison to everything else that's being put into my body every day.
You once told me you do the 80-20.
Yeah, more like a 90, 90-10 probably.
I love that. Oh,
I'm like more like a 90-10. I'm like, I try.
I think either, and what she means by that is 80% of the food that she eats is 100% clean and it's really good for her. The other 20% is meh. As in, you're eating something that you probably shouldn't, but the mental health, that's important. If you feel like you're too restricted, but you're not even dieting, how is it going to be when you get in your prep? You're going to be out of your mind, So, I mean, I really like how, Carla, how you reiterate, how you're kind of telling everyone how, when you are dieting, it's not really oh, I'm cheating, so I'm gonna go have a whole pizza. Cheating to I think cheating or refeeding or having an enjoyable meal, however how you say it or however your coach approaches the method, in reality, it's just you allowing yourself to have some excess. That's all it is. You're on a very strict plan. You're at a calorie range that you have to stay within. Now, when you can exceed that, all it does, especially when it's properly placed, like how Carla and I do it, it actually invigorates your metabolism. And then when we go back to a restricted state, our body's actually revved up, ready to burn more fat. So it's super important to not only cheat or refeed or fuel your body again, but you need to make sure that it's something that you can enjoy. I mean, I know a lot of people would enjoy something really bad, but you'll learn better behaviors of that.
So, okay, do a typical dinner for you.
A typical dinner for me would be, normally it's fish, because I like loading my body up with healthy fats before I sleep. It actually helps lean out my stomach. So I'll have like a huge piece of salmon. Most of the time I'll cook the salmon with a couple pineapple slices on top of it to add the carbs.
Sounds good.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's
goodness.
awesome. I'll add that on there. Normally there's some type of carb. If I feel the pineapple slices aren't enough, I'll definitely add some short grain brown rice or some wild rice, depending upon my flavor that I'm trying to achieve. And then any type of greens. I've been really messing with my greens, and I have to really give it up to a lot of my friends for kind of having me look outside the box and say, dude, you don't have to have salad all the time. You can really get some different things. So, Brussels sprouts, asparagus, my big thing right now is I've been marinating asparagus in apple cider vinegar and lemon juice, and it's insane. It is insane. I'm like addicted to it. It's killer.
That's a good one for
Apple
everybody.
cider vinegar, I swear by that stuff.
Oh my God.
I swear
and
by
it lowers
it.
your pH. It makes your pH balance in your body more neutral.
Yeah.
So, and that's very, very important, especially right now with the flu going around. If you guys have an opportunity to take in just, it's called the lemon cure. And what it is you guys will be taking a little bit of lemon juice every couple hours. And actually, when you increase the acidity in your body releases alkalines that neutralize it. That actual process of going high acidity, low acidity prevents bacteria from sitting in your body and building up camp. So I would definitely recommend everybody kind of look up the lemon cure and follow that process if you guys are starting to feel sick.
All right, we got music playing in the background, so that means we're going to take a break. So I'm going to give out the phone number again because it's 101 on our time clock here. So if you want to give us a call, you don't have to. We don't, always get phone calls, but I'll give out the phone number, and we're going to continue our conversation because it's so interesting. The number here to the station is 323-247-7443. So if you have any questions for Tim, for Carla, we'll be happy to answer them. So you can call. Oh, you're watching? Oh, no, it's not on. You can't see it. We used to have it. We used to have the show on behind me, but everybody was staring at it all the time.
We're just making faces.
Okay, well, you can make faces at the camera.
We're just being goofy.
Are we allowed to have this much fun?
Yes. Okay. That's what my show is all about.
I just want to make sure.
Because fitness, health, beauty, it has to be fun.
It does.
It has to start with fun, because if it's too serious, you won't do it.
No, you won't. You
All right,
won't.
but we better take a break because Ness will get mad. So this is Alayna's Beauty Talk and more on LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk.
We know and we understand. Almighty God is a living man. You can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So now we see the light. We gonna stand up for
Do you suffer from degenerative diseases such as high blood pressure, diabetes, fibroid tumors, high cholesterol, genital herpes, or a plethora of other diseases that rob you of a quality life? If so, then visit the website of herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra at dhealthstore.com and open the door to natural healing at an affordable price. dhealthstore.com has over 1,800 products created by herbalist Tahuti Ma'atra, specifically designed to help you heal the natural and safe way. At dhealthstore.com, GHealthStore.com, you'll find everything from herbal formulas and cleansers, such as Tahuti's famous Full Body Detox, as well as herbal teas, extracts, natural body butters, lotions, creams, children's products, hair care products, and of course, sexual enhancement products for both men and women. So visit the website of Tahuti Ma'atra, DHealthStore.com, or call toll free at 1-888-823-9416. DHealthStore.com.
Hey, shout us out. What's the count? I'm your host, Ferran Dozier. I'm inviting you to join me on WDC Radio every Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time as we discuss community topics around health, sports, and entertainment. So don't forget to shout us out. What's the count? On WDC Radio, only on LATalkLive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio, R&B, or watch us on Ustream.tv. Reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. What's the count?
Hi, this is Susie Pruden. And yes, you've seen me on Oprah, Good Morning America, and The Today Show. And I'm inviting you to join me every Monday from 3 to 4 for my new show, Mastermind Live. Join us as we introduce you to the new thought leaders of the world who will inspire you, support you, and guide you to your next level. So don't forget to tune into Mastermind Live exclusively on latalklive.com. You can also catch us on iTunes Radio R&B or watch us on Ustream TV. Reality radio handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we are more than just talk.
Okay, we're back, everybody. This has been a whole show about, fitness, health, nutrition, how important it is. I mean, Tim and Carla, this is their life. This is how they make their living. Well, me too, but I make it in a different way. But we're really into trying to motivate people. I do it for older people because that's actually been my specialty. So that's what I know best. People 60, 70, 80 is pretty much where I specialize in. Where you guys are just younger, and
Well,
trained.
I do it all. I mean,
you do it all, but you have big businesses.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of my clientele base is usually under 40 and over 20. That's usually what it is. But I mean, the special populations, as in youth or people that need physical therapy or older, senior citizens, stuff like that. I love that, and I think that actually is really great because whereas when I prep people for shows, it's more or less, kind of cue card. I know what I need to do, and they just need to follow it. With them, I actually get to be a trainer. I get to be this person that, I studied at school for. I get, that stuff is really encouraging for me to kind of progress my training and make sure that I'm always on point and I know what I'm doing.
Okay, if people want to find you and, get, have you train them or you do online training, where do they go to find you?
Well, I have all sorts of outlets. I know Carl and I both really try to isolate a lot of different network medias. But if you want, I do have a Facebook. It's not Tim Roberts, but search Bodies by Tim. It's BODIES by Tim. That's my Facebook. The same name is for everything. If you want to do my Twitter, if you want to do my Instagram, I have a lot of different outlets that I do on purpose for specific things because I want you guys to be following all of them. I want you guys to get a lot of free information. When I was heavy, I always told myself if I was in a position in the fitness world to encourage and to inspire, I would feed everyone with as much information as I could so that they could have a positive outlet for that.
I think we have you. Did his pictures ever come through, Ness? Are they up on the? Okay, so they're up.
Oh, good God. Okay, so everybody can see on the left there. That's where I got stung by the bee, and then on the right, no, I'm just playing. But and if you guys have any questions, please email me at bodiesbytim@gmail.com. I'm super receptive to all that stuff. I really encourage everybody to ask me questions that you feel that you want answered. For me, the biggest life changer was knowing those answers, was having a question, finding it out. I didn't have a trainer. I didn't have anyone help me. I didn't have anything. I just had myself and had a ton of people that told me I couldn't do it, which is actually the best thing I could have had because I'm the type of person where the last thing you want to do is tell me I can't do something.
Yeah.
Like that's the last thing you want to say. I think for Carla too.
And how long did it take you to get from being that used car salesman body to the body that you were comfortable in?
After I lost 10 pounds, I was comfortable. But it really was a process, and I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, I'm trying to lose weight and it's discouraging. And you know what? I went through every single process. So don't stop. When I was heavy, you got to do cardio. But I'm so heavy that my legs would rub together and I'd get a rash and then I'd be discouraged from doing cardio. So when my legs stopped rubbing together, I told myself I'm going to start running. So we have to do less cardio and I don't have to do this as long. And actually when I did that, that's when I started doing marathons. And now I've done almost over 40 of them, including being a California Beach City champion, which is 3 marathons just for 1 medal.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did that. And, I don't encourage everybody to start running marathons, but the external outlet is great. I highly recommend anyone who doesn't really know a whole lot what to do for weight loss to join a cardio class, do the Zumba classes, do the stuff that spin, do the stuff that really kind of makes you get yourself out the box. And you have an instructor for free. Most of these gyms provide classes where you can just go and it's part of the whole spiel. So do this stuff, stay with it and make sure that you're not doing something that you don't like doing. If you're not having fun working out, you're totally missing out on the easiest part of your training. The diet is the hard part. So if you're dieting hard, the easy part is the workout. So if it's hard, you're doing something heavily wrong and your focus is on the wrong point. But in 2008, I was 215 pounds. It took me about a year and about 14 months total to lose all 72 pounds of it. And then I was a normal person. I looked like how I did when I was in high school. I was a thin guy. I had abs, but I think I had always had abs. So finally they were exposed. And it wasn't until about another year of developing really mature muscle. And remember too that it has to do a lot with your genetics and your DNA. I was 22. There is no mature muscle in my body yet until I turned 30. So I had to really work hard, push myself to that anabolic phase of growth in your muscle.
And how old are you now?
I'm 27.
Okay.
So, I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. So, but I would say it took me a good 14 months to lose the 70 pounds. And you know what? I know a lot of people that are like watching The Biggest Loser and they're watching these shows and they're saying, oh, that took a long time. Well, you know what? When I lift my shirt up, I look like nothing happened. The only thing that's there is stretch marks. When you take your time and you lose about 2 to even 4 pounds a week consistently, it keeps your skin tight. You drink a ton of water, which helps basically make your skin more healthy. It helps provide it with what it needs to elongate.
And how much water do you drink a day?
I drink at least a gallon. There are so many processes and poisons and fluids and people don't even know that if you don't have enough water in your body to dilute your urine, you won't go to the bathroom. Like, I don't know why people think that you can just not drink water and they're drinking all this soda and it's coming out like orange. It's just ridiculous. So really hydrate yourself. I know a lot of people say, I'm drinking so much water right now, I feel bloated. Drink more water because it's not the water. drink more water, get rid of the water that you have in your body, and start focusing on the fact that you're probably eating too many things that contain too many electrolytes. Any type of imbalance, if you're eating low fat and then you go high, if you go low anything and then high, your body will bloat automatically. That's just what it does. So.
And part of the bloat too is just your body's trying to flush those things out.
Yeah.
It's got to take those toxins out from you. And that's what people don't understand is they think, okay, well, keeping hydrated, it seems so like such a small deal, but so many metabolic processes rely on being hydrated. Your body can't even that's why when you're trying to lose weight, you want to keep sodium under control because it makes it that much harder for you to access your fat cells if they're surrounded. It literally will fat cells contain toxins and it's trapped in there, and you need to be able to flush those things out continuously. And that's what the water will do. And it helps with just everything overall with your metabolism. And just like Tim said, with everything, all the toxins that we have. And I mean, even for myself naturally, when I bump up my water, for a little while before a show or when I'm starting to flush things out, I'll hold a bit more water, but your body gets used to it. Once it adjusts, it knows what to do. It knows how to handle it. You don't have to go to the bathroom every 2 seconds anymore.
You do.
No.
You still do, but it's not as like extreme. Because in the very beginning, when you first start drinking a lot of water, it's like nonstop racing, and then it kind of slows down or it mellows out.
It does mellow out. Your body does get
Well, your body will
used
have
to
a lot to flush initially.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if you do that, just know where your bathroom stops are along the way.
Absolutely.
Well, and just the energy, factor alone. If I get dehydrated, I feel it. I get headaches. I get tired.
Yep.
And and what do most people think? They think I'm going to reach for an energy drink or I'm going to reach for a coffee, but they continue this process of dehydration, of keeping the toxins circulating in their body, but then they also start to burn out their adrenal systems and their natural
I've
energy
never
in their
had
body.
an energy drink. I'm kind of afraid of them.
When a lot of people, if a client tells me they're real tired, I go down. Have some water, drink a couple of tall glasses of water, just, sip on those things for the next several minutes. Or if you're really hungry, drink some water. Because a lot of the time people are so dehydrated, they think and misread the signals as I'm hungry when in actuality they're just dehydrated.
Yeah, that's a big part. When people go and snack a lot, it's because they're dehydrated, not because they're hungry.
And drinking enough water is going to control your appetite. It suppresses your hunger. It cleans your palate. It doesn't make you want to have fat and salts and sugar. If you don't drink water, only thing that's going to taste good is fat and sugar and salt. That's the only thing that tastes good.
And once you stop eating fat, sugar, and salt, you don't crave it as much.
Not nearly. Not nearly. Like now, if I was to have pizza, occasionally I'll say, oh, I want a pizza. I can't do it anymore. I just don't feel good because unless the ingredients are super clean and it's an actually high quality pizza itself, I can't just go to pizza. I can't.
I can't.
Oh no,
either.
I can only eat like the artisan ones on like certain types
or I'll
of
make it
crust,
myself or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to
Now,
keep it clean.
do you eat organic the whole way?
You know what I do? I know a lot of my clients, particularly the female clients, have a few issues with whey protein, and I know a lot of it is either lactose intolerance or it's they need a gluten-free diet. And women, their bodies are completely night and day from men. You really have to think about how is this going to be affected internally by a female or male competitor, and what are some substitutes. So I would recommend if you're having some problems with whey protein and you're not already picking a brand that's a very high quality and that's not an issue, I'd recommend going to some different sources. There's all sorts of different sources of protein. Obviously, if you're looking for a quick fix, food isn't necessarily what you're going to be looking for, although that's the most nutritious, wholesome type of getting protein. But there's hemp proteins, there's pea proteins, there's proteins from rice. There's actual companies that are all strictly organic protein, where it's a lot of different sources in one. Black bean protein, chai protein. Carly, do you have anything that you've been working on with your clients that kind of helps too?
Some of like my vegan clients do like the hemp proteins. They like chia seeds and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of people use certain flax blends. There's so many things out there. One of the ones is Life Basics, I believe it is the one that makes like a good like vegan protein, because I do have people that follow certain types of diets. Some people prefer vegetarianism, some people prefer veganism, and whatever it is, it's like I'm not here to tell somebody do this or do that, but to help them find the most balanced and healthy way to
Now,
go
are you
about
big
it.
on shakes? Do you drink shakes during the day?
I do shakes, but I won't do shakes during prep. I can't. I just it's not that I'm against shakes. It's just I have my body is affected heavily by the consistency of my food. If I have whole food that's solid, my body does so much better. It takes it in better. It's almost like when I take in a protein shake, my body takes it in too fast and it doesn't have an opportunity to fully function and use the nutrients. So if I'm doing like a cleanse or if I'm doing my daily grind, yeah, I'll have, 2 cups of spinach with some random fruits and veggies. But, other than that, I really don't. And then also these shake diets. I do not believe in that.
I know.
I do not believe in that.
That's where I was going.
No.
And if any of you guys are
the microphone.
Right.
It's okay.
If anybody is heavy on the only protein shakes and I'm really getting good results, I highly recommend that you take a picture of yourself now and then take a picture of yourself in 3 months when you're still following the shakes. And reality of it is it's all mental. There's actually nothing happening to you. And it's all the product bumping you up, encouraging you to believe that there's actually stuff happening to you.
Yeah.
It is good. It's great to have protein shakes. It's good for a meal replacement, but you cannot drastically change the composition of your body just with shakes. There's not enough control in your eating.
And it's also not good for your digestive system overall to be on a strictly liquid diet.
No.
Your colon health is going to be based on those contractions that naturally occur when we use the restroom, when we digest whole foods, when you have high fiber in your diet.
Yep.
And if you take those things away and you're only doing shakes, it's just like anything else, any other muscle in your body, the colon works the same way. It's going to stop functioning as well. And when you do reintroduce back foods, which you'll eventually have to do, you're going to have a lot of troubles because just like any other muscle in your body, if something's not getting worked, it's going to slow down. It's not going to become as effective for quite some time.
That's exactly right. Thank you for that talk about the colon.
Yeah, that is important.
No, yeah, because
colon health is really important. It's a big part of your body.
Connected. Yeah, because if you have, if your colon's not absorbing nutrients from your food, or if you have a lot of toxins, you're also going to have issues with weight loss.
And also, you'll have a puffy tummy.
You're going to have a puffy tummy, and a lot of the dieting and a lot of the effort that you're putting out towards weight loss will be ineffective. It's all about, and I know that there's been a lot of, a rise in awareness of probiotics and digestive enzymes.
Yeah, I'm a
and this
huge
is awesome.
fan of that.
This is awesome. Whether you get it from a digestive enzyme that you eat with every meal, or you get it from, a kombucha source or a root source vegetable that helps provide you with those. I mean, these are so important. This is healthy bacteria that goes into your body, breaks down the material, and allows your body to get the nutrition from it. And if you can't do that, it's just, and I'm sure Carla does the same thing. We both have a lot of our clients go through a detox because of the off and on balance of good and bad food. So that way, that's not an issue. That couldn't be it because we put them through a cleanse and it helped kind of recalibrate their body.
Yeah. Probiotics are so overlooked because people don't associate them with immediate fat loss, but it's so important.
It's a huge thing.
Yeah, like I know so many people that have, IBS or GERD, and just by implementing probiotics appropriately with EFAs or essential fatty acid supplements makes a huge difference.
It
just
does.
Overall, everything. When I get sick, I don't just load up on vitamin C. I literally will triple the amount of probiotics I take in, and it really does the trick for me.
Absolutely.
Because
And what type of probiotics are you taking in?
The ones I use, I personally like, for myself, I found the ones that work really well for me is the Jaros brand.
I'll agree with that 100%.
I
that's
like
what
them.
I use.
Yeah, I've tried so many. I've tried the Udos one. I've tried BioK. I like Jaros. It's the way that they're processed. One of my friends.
So they come in the capsules.
They come in the capsules. And what's nice is I have the ones that are refrigerated, but when I do have to travel, they also make ones that you can take that are shelf stable. So you have to take more of them, but it's nice because that way when I'm on the go or if I'm traveling, say for a couple of weeks, I just take the shelf stable ones with me and I can stay on top of everything.
Absolutely.
No problem.
And that's a big thing too, especially when I'm out and about and I'm traveling and I'm not sure about the quality of the food.
Yeah.
If I take a digestive enzyme,
yes.
it's almost like I'm playing it safe. Like even if the food's not that great, my body's gonna break down 100% of it, and it'll be gone and flushed and good to go, and I can move on to the next meal. Especially with a refeed or a cheat meal. Make sure you're taking a digestive enzyme.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that are dieting and then they have that one cheat meal, but they forgot to take their digestive enzyme,
And
and
they
they're like,
bloat.
yeah, and they're like, oh my
miserable.
god, I feel like a balloon.
Yeah, and they help because
they help a lot.
just breaks everything down.
It really does. It really does.
And then you're not suffering.
No.
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
And how often do you? I mean, how many hours do you work out a day?
I work out for an hour.
You too.
But that hour.
Sometimes you're longer.
Sometimes I'm a little longer, about an hour and a half, because I throw in cardio sometimes here and there.
And she's just a femme freak, everybody. She loves the gym.
So you really just do an hour?
Yeah, I mean, but you have to understand, like, if you were to film me for an hour and you were to film someone else for an hour, the volume of exercise that I do in an hour is insane.
Guys, go to his Instagram and you can see his little workout logs, and in that hour of time, I mean, he's getting in a lot. The intensity of his workouts, the volume of it, because unfortunately what you see is you hear a lot of people, I spent 2-3 hours in the gym. Yeah, but you're spending 2-3 hours in the gym texting.
Yeah.
I see that all
Dang, calling you out.
Taking who
you are.
Taking a 3-minute break in between sets, and it's like that's not. You can't even equate.
Maybe they're
that
promoting
to-
hypertrophy, Carla. Maybe they want to wait 3 minutes. No, I'm just playing.
Possibly. I know, right? I'm like, if you're training for strength or you're powerlifting and you're
Maybe they're a
going over your
bodybuilder and they
max,
want to wait 10 minutes, Carla.
perhaps so, right?
Yeah,
like they're going hard though. Their definition of going hard is a little different.
Yeah,
than ours.
talking on the phone, holding the phone with.
I don't unless I have my daughter in daycare. I don't bring my phone. I can't do it.
I don't take my phone.
I can't
into
do
the
it.
gym
I
either.
can't. I really can't. So I would highly recommend anyone that has their phone while you're in the gym, you are just not taking this as serious, or you are totally just having a good time and you're not intending on taking it too serious today. So it's either or. I mean, you can have your phone. I'm not saying like, don't turn on Pandora and go enjoy your music while you work out. But if you're actively working out and stopping in between and sitting there and texting and doing that, I don't know. I have friends that do it and I love you to death, but I know for a fact that day they're just trying to take it easy. They're not going as hard. If I see my friends going hard, they don't have their phone. So it just depends on how serious you're trying to take your workout that day. It's okay to have your phone, but if you're trying to get serious results and if you're in prep and you have your phone, that doesn't go together.
All right.
It really doesn't.
We only have 5 minutes left. Do you
No!
believe how fast this show went?
Ah!
All right, so Tim, give out your Facebook, give out how people can find you.
Okay, well, everybody, you can visit my Facebook at facebook.com/bodiesbytim. Please add me and friend me and message me anything that you guys have questions about. I would really love to answer them. My Twitter, I always have active facts on there and fitness information about where I'm going to be at and what's next. And that's also at bodiesbytim on Twitter. My Instagram is also Bodies by Tim, and to be honest, any more information about Bodies by Tim, you can literally Google Bodies by Tim, and there will be 40 pages of pure, and also
Ness is doing that right now.
Hey, and you know what though? A big one, you guys, is my blog, which is bodiesbytim.wordpress. That's a lot of free articles and information that I really pride myself on writing. There's also a 4 pounds of 4 days detox on there for you guys for free. Please check that out. I'd also like to shout out to all my sponsors. Pharma Freak, they're available on bodybuilding.com and pharmafreak.com. Fierce Heart Clothing, join the movement. Pick up the clothing at fierceheartclothing.org. Core 150 Shakers, they'll be out in the U.S. in about a month or so, and they're a really big help on what I do. AllysAllNatural.com. Alicia Low and I, she makes this incredible syrup and low sugar barbecue sauce that's incredible for prep up until about a month out. Can
you leave me her information so I can get her on this show?
No, you know what? I absolutely would. Absolutely I would. So, I mean, it's just nice to have all these people against me. I just picked up a Fitmark Bags ambassadorship, and they're allowing me to write articles for their website, which is an incredible opportunity. So thank you, everyone that sponsors and really helps support me. It really does mean a lot to me. I remember being heavier and thinking how cool it was to be sponsored. Now I have literally more than I can even handle. So it's awesome.
Great. Carla, how can people find you?
Well, you guys can find me on Facebook, Carla.
Oh, you can definitely find you on Facebook.
Holla.
Carla Maria Cadoti, NPC bikini competitor.
Spell it so they can find you.
Last name is Cadoti, Cadotte, and you can just type in NPC competitor and it'll pop
You
up.
gotta
as well.
see if you're not watching her, you gotta go to her page. She is the most photographic woman I have ever.
Photogenic to the max.
So, yeah, photogenic to the max.
She's looking good.
She is hot, everybody.
And of course, Twitter, Ms. Carla Maria, and Instagram, Carla Maria XOXO.
If you just find one, I know you'll follow her.
I'm like, they're all linked
It
to
just
each
takes
other.
one
Everything
look,
is
guys.
all linked to everything.
One look.
It's
That's
one
it.
look. I
You
agree.
guys are too cute.
No, and it also will inspire women.
Yeah, that's like a big thing too, is, when you are not motivated and you're not looking forward to going to the gym, find people that inspire you. For me, I have a lot of people that inspire me, but, Scott Herman, Rob Riches, Chatty Dunmore, a lot of people that are in the fitness world that are number one. There's a reason why they're number one. Their confidence is second to none. They know what they're doing, and the motivation from these people is incredible, and feed from them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have to close out the show because the next show is here waiting to come in. I don't want this show to end. But this has been an amazing show. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Carla. I hope
Thank
that
you.
we
Thank you,
inspired
Alayna.
all the people that are listening. And I'm going to have them back because we only got the tip of the iceberg going on this today. We laughed a lot. So anyway, thank you both. And actually, let me just talk about who's coming next week. Next week is Lynn Kaufman. She is a Weight Watchers advisor or sponsor. So she's coming in. I've been doing a lot over the year with Weight Watchers because it's different and it's small, but it does help people. So that's next week's show. So anyway, have a great week, everybody. Get some, go to Tim's blog. Keep learning. The more you learn, the better you're going to feel.
And it builds confidence in knowing why you're doing what you're doing. That's a big thing.
Is there any last thoughts you want to close out the show with?
I would definitely say that just keep going, because success is a journey. It's not a destination. So
Yeah.
if you think that there's an end to what you're doing, there really isn't. And you're a great example of that, Alayna. You've kept going, and you've been really encouraging to everyone that you've met along the way.
I have.
Absolutely.
We got a long ways to go.
There we go.
All right, everybody, have a great week. Get outside. Learn something new about nutrition this week.
There you go.
All right, we're off. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Love is gonna lift you up. Love is gonna lift you up. Love is gonna lift you up. Where there's a heartbeat, there's a dream inside. A new day, make it come alive. The dawn will come.
tuned into LA Talk Live. We're more than just talk. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.